The Rock's daughter has made her WWE debut, and fans are already discussing Bloodline theories. So we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out the nod to Sasha Banks and Naomi during Raw, and much more. Let's start things off with a little moment on Raw that fans picked up on and noticed. This all went down during the Raw main event of Bayley versus Bianca Belair. Bayley and Bianca had a great hard-hitting match, but there were two spots that fans connected to Sasha Banks and Naomi. The first moment came when Bianca Belair dived over the top rope and landed onto Bayley on the outside. This may seem like a regular spot to some fans, but Naomi fans are well aware that the dive over the top rope in the fashion that Bianca did it was a signature move from Naomi's arsenal. That was one of Naomi's signature moves that she always used time and time again. And the discussion didn't stop there. Fans then noticed that Bayley put Bianca in Sasha's bank statement submission hold as well during the match. Now obviously, Sasha and Naomi weren't the first pro wrestlers to use these moves, and anyone can use them. But it was something about seeing those two moves that really made fans think about Sasha and Naomi. Was it just Bianca and Bayley paying homage with a little nice nod to Sasha and Naomi? Or could it be a little teaser towards their returns? No one knows, and no one knows, and that's basically been the theme for Sasha and Naomi's news in recent weeks. No one knows anything. Some fans are ready to fully give up on the idea of their returns. It's sort of like with Bray Wyatt. Before Bray's return happened, some fans were ready to give up on him as well. They were getting tired of all the discussions and speculation about his return, and then it actually happened. Well, Sasha and Naomi have basically now taken over that exact spot. Fans are ready to give up and throw in the towel on hoping for a Sasha and Naomi return. Their status is basically at the same place it was when we last discussed it. Naomi was rumored to be getting close to a deal with WWE, while all the news with Sasha Banks has gone completely dark. One minor little update for Sasha is that she recently posted a picture of herself training inside the wrestling ring for the first time in a long time. So that could also be seen as a sign that Sasha could be getting prepared for an in-ring return in some location. At first, fans thought Sasha and Naomi's returns would happen during the women's tag team titles tournament, but it looks like that theory was too popular and expected that it didn't make sense for it to actually happen. And now, fans are coming up with another little theory for Sasha and Naomi's return. The story on Raw lately has been that Damage Control is fully taking out anyone that even thinks of aligning themselves with Bianca Belair. All of Bianca's friends have been wiped out, leaving her alone to deal with the numbers advantage that Damage Control has over her. That's why fans wonder if it'll be Sasha and Naomi who return together to back up Bianca Belair. All the women in that scenario have some sort of history with each other, and Sasha and Naomi will instantly have a score to settle with Damage Control because they have their women's tag team titles. So Sasha and Naomi would be backing Bianca up and starting their own chase for the titles that they never lost. Although there was a great tournament for the women's tag team titles that was full of twists and new tag teams, the division has unfortunately reverted to its usual state of being very thin of depth. It's basically really difficult to think of another tag team in the women's division besides Damage Control. Raquel and Shotzi recently teamed up, but other than those two, the division is back at its usual weak state. So if Sasha Banks and Naomi do make their returns, even if it's one of them, it'll be great help for the women's division, especially on Smackdown, where the entire women's division is pretty depleted there as well. But that's the latest on Sasha Banks and Naomi. Dominik Mysterio has been doing his thing as a heel within the Judgment Day for a few months now. Dominik has done everything from turning on his own father to now being a ruthless heel with his group. He even stated on a recent edition of Raw that he's this generation's Eddie Guerrero. And with all this talk of dismissing his father and turning on his family, fans have brought up a good point related to the storyline. If Dominik is so against his father and his family right now, then why is he continuing to use the Mysterio last name? If he's truly done with his father and done with his family right now during this time as a heel, then why doesn't he drop the name? That's why fans have also been suggesting the idea of a slight name change for Dominik. If he's all about disrespecting his father right now, then one of the most disrespectful things he could do is to tell everyone he's no longer going by that last name. It'll be a good little way for Dominik to further push himself away from his father's umbrella and continue this narrative of turning on the family. No bigger heel move right there than for him to no longer want to be called a Mysterio. So it's an idea and theory that's floating around out there by some fans, and you can definitely see how that could work. Dominik drops the family name for extra heat and to keep that narrative going, and maybe way down the line when he turns babyface again, maybe he can bring the Mysterio name back. But it was a good point that was brought up by the fans. If he's so against his father, why is he still using and going by the Mysterio name? So that could be a situation that they play with down the line. The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine, officially made her WWE debut recently on NXT. It's been a long road to get to this point for Ava. She first signed to WWE several years ago. She was even used as a background extra and part of the crowd during WWE's Performance Center shows in 2020. She was doing some promos at little NXT house shows for a bit, and now she has made her official debut on NXT. Ava Raine was revealed as the fourth member of the Schism. Ava took to Twitter after her debut and said that she found her family. Ava's long-awaited WWE debut went viral, as expected, and she becomes a fourth-generation WWE superstar. So just another young, promising star from one of the most royal families in wrestling. Ava will now be a part of the Schism faction going forward. Also, as expected, fans instantly showed interest in seeking Ava link up with her actual family in the Bloodline. During the Bloodline's entire existence, the addition of a woman to the group has been a popular topic of discussion. Some fans thought it should have been Nia Jax, some thought it could have been Tamina, some thought Naomi, but none of those options ever happened. So what if you had Ava that eventually came as that female member of the Bloodline? It does sound interesting. And if Roman starts making Ava follow his orders and stop listening to everyone else as well, then there goes another potential reason for The Rock to get involved and stop Roman's madness. But on the flip side, and like what other fans pointed out, sometimes it is good to step away from the family storylines and characters and just try something completely new and fresh for yourself. Sort of like what they've been doing with Dominik to try to get him to do his own thing. So no matter what way they take it in, it's going to be very interesting to keep an eye on Ava Raine. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.